let's make some goat milk soap. I'm going to be using some goat milk powder. Let's give this a blend. Good enough. All right, I already have my titanium dioxide inside of my lye water. This is just going to be an uncolored base, and I'm going to do a blue drop swirl in here. So let's get our lye solution into the pool. I blended this the best I could into the lye solution. All right, let's give it a buzz. Sorry, I'm just not a messy maker. Looks good enough to split off. We're going to be scenting this with Bum Bum, which I call Beach Bum. All right, we're going to be splitting off 32 ounces of this. It's kind of double what I normally do. And this is just, what is this? Cobalt blue mica. Let's just go ahead and take our whisk to this and mix the color in that way. And I did that purposely with putting the titanium dioxide down inside of the lye that is going to be mixed in throughout the entire batch, because I wanted a very, very light baby blue for my drop swirl. Otherwise, if you wanted the color to be a little bit more pronounced, then just portion off your batter that you're going to be using for swirling, and then the rest of the batter that remains, go ahead and color that with the titanium dioxide, and then only that portion will have it. And then your drop will be like this, nice and light blue. Now we're going to see what happens here, because the Bum Bum discolors to an extremely dark brown, and I do mean a dark, dark brown. So it's really not going to help too much as far as the titanium dioxide being put into the main batch. It's really not going to help all that much, to be honest with you. But I'm not scenting the blue part. My desire is that maybe let me get a bigger whisk. Maybe the blue part will stay blue in the really, 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 really brown rest of the soap. This is a fantastic seller for me. People love it. I can't keep it in stock. This is a different design than I did before. I didn't like how I did it before. The colors were all muddled together. And because it does turn that really dark brown, you just couldn't even see any of the designs, the swirls that I did last time. All right, right into the bottom of the mold here. And then once we're done with everything, we're going to put this into the refrigerator because it's goat's milk. Some people do that, some people don't. I do. I just love, love, love the creaminess of the goat's milk. Now, I'm not really sure I'm going to even be able to get that drop swirl to drop down in there, because as you can see, this is fairly thick right now. So I don't know how that's going to go. Let's see. Up as high as I can get it. Seems like that penetrated down to the bottom pretty decently. Only time will tell. We'll have to take a looky-loo tomorrow and give this a smack down on the floor. And let's take our chopstick and give it a little swirl. It's quite thick at this point. It actually looks like it's starting to rice a little bit too. And I soaped fairly low temperatures today. I think it was around 95 or so. All right, let me go give it another smack. All right, give me a second. I'll clean up these edges. We'll go put it in the fridge. All right, let's make another batch of some goat milk soap. This time we're going to be doing warm vanilla sugar. I'm going to put my goat milk powder right down into my warmed oils and blend them in. All right, that looks good. All right, let me give this lye water a little bit of a stir. I have titanium dioxide in here because warm vanilla sugar will discolor to a brown. This is going to be a pretty ambitious pour. This is a 3-layer vertical pour. And I've got quite the contraption to show you guys over here. I'm sure you can probably see some of it. But I have tried every freaking soap mold and soap dividers and holders that hold your soap dividers. So none of them work. They all collapse. They all bow. Not that this is really much better, but it is better than what I was doing before. So Mr. Soap Chef made some things for me to try to hold everything in place. It's just going to be a pain in the neck getting them all out of there and cleaned off. It's going to be quite the mess. Anywho, all right, let's get our lye solution into the pool. I can only do 3 batches of goat milk soap today because that's all that the refrigerator will hold, is 3 batches at a time. So the other 2 batches that I'm going to be making today will have to be the coconut milk. All right, give it a buzz. Now once I portion some of that off, split some of that batter off there, we're going to be coloring that brown. I was actually wrong about that. We're not coloring this portion brown. This is going to be uncolored and unscented, save for the titanium dioxide, that we already have down in our lye water. That's going to be the middle section. And then what's left, we're going to color with some brown. And those are going to be for the two sides. All right, we're just going to leave that alone for a moment. I'm not going to put too much of this, like a quarter of a teaspoon of some brown mica. That's it. Because, like I said, the warm vanilla sugar is going to discolor the batch on its own anyway. But I really don't want that mottled and spotted look. When a fragrance oil discolors on its own, it just gives you like that mottled and spotted and blotchy look to it. All right, like I said, I am not going to be scenting that middle portion, only this portion. That's going to discolor anyhow. So as you can see, like right now, this is more of like, almost like a gray color, I guess. Just from that little bit of mica that we put in there. It's like a beach sand, a tan, a little bit of a gray maybe. I actually don't need that anymore. But trust me when I tell you it's going to get very, very brown once it's all done and ready to go out to market. Make sure I get everything up off the bottom, because sometimes I don't scrape enough on the bottom and then there's uncolored batter down there. Alrighty, Aphrodite. Let's give this a little mix with the whisk, because we really just brought this to just below emulsion. So I don't want to have a false trace. I want to make sure that this is good to go, and it is. So this, like I said, this is going to go into the middle, and that's going to go on either side. So let's see what a catastrophe this is going to be. Oh, my Lanta, I hate making this one. I hate it. Hate it, hate it, hate it. All right, let's try to do just a little bit at a time on each side. Put a little bit of this in the middle. Just want to get somewhat of a foundation down in here first before I go nutso and start putting the rest in. At this point, honestly, I think I could probably take these off. They're getting held up enough. So that way I can probably smush some of this down in here better. All right, let's try to get these up and out of here. Oh boy, this is going to be a disaster. So these are what I have on each end of the soap mold. They're just pieces of wood, and we've got some grooves in there, that's all. Let me just put that over there, and I'll somehow, some way get that back up on the top. All right, so there's the other one. Now I can probably try to get these out a little bit easier. All right, let me just put that there for a moment. Don't go anywhere. Because everything is setting up like really, really nicely down below. Let me go and give this a smack down. Hold, please. Okay, now we got to try to clean this up a little bit. All right, that's as ambitious as I'm going to get with cleaning those things, doing this. I've got to smack this down on the floor. I've got to get those layers to start adhering, sculpture the top, and then we're sticking this in the fridge, because remember, this is goat's milk. Oh, please. We're not doing too much with the top. We're just gonna. And this batter is so thick. It took forever to frickin' pour it. All right, I gotta go smack it down one more time. All right, let's take that middle layer and just. Oof. One more smack down. Give it some alcohol. This is probably the messiest you guys have ever even seen my workstation. I never work like this with a whole bunch of stuff like everywhere. Ugh. All right, give me a second to set up the camera over by the refrigerator. We're gonna go put it in the refrigerator. Okay, we're gonna do our third and final batch of goat milk soap, and that's because I can only fit 3 logs into my refrigerator at a time. So I'm gonna do those 3 goat milk, and then I'll do a couple of the coconut milk, my regular coconut milk soaps. Okay, let's get moving. I've got my titanium dioxide in here because I am going to be doing cocoa butter cashmere on this batch. Let's get our goat milk powder into the warmed oils, and we'll get that blended in. All right, that's good enough. And let's get our lye solution into the pool. So I have gone ahead and put the titanium dioxide here in the lye solution because we're working with another brown discoloring fragrance oil. Are you guys sensing a theme here? So all of my goat milk soaps, I only do 5 of them, but all of them are dealing with discoloring rather, brown discoloring fragrance oils. Let's give this a buzz. And so I put the titanium dioxide in there to try to combat some of that. The portion that I'm going to be drop swirling today is not going to be scented. And the only color is going, I can't speak today, you guys. Y'all, man, it's a struggle. The only color that it's going to have is from the titanium dioxide that we put into the lye water. All right, let's get some of this stuff out of the way. And we will split off some of the batch here to do our drop swirl. I'm doing twice as much as I normally do. Normally we'll do a 16-ounce drop swirl, but for the fragrance oils that I know discolor, I like to do twice that amount to give the bar kind of a fighting chance of coming in and out, not all brown. All right, let's get our mica down into the pool because that's what the main batch is going to be colored with. Not done yet. I just want to scrape the sides some, get some of this down. We've got some powder splattered up there. Get some of that down into the batch. And I also want to kind of scrape the bottom because I am notorious for not doing that. And then I'll have big, huge pockets of soap on the bottom that did not get any color. So now I'm just in the habit of scraping. We can keep whisking. We'll get our scent in here, get that poured into the mold, and then we'll just do a drop swirl with the unscented, whitish batch that we split off right there. All right, into the pool you go. Again, this is cocoa butter cashmere. So we've already done the Bum Bum. We just got done doing the vanilla sugar. And now we're on to the cocoa butter cashmere. The other two in the line of goat milk soap is sandalwood and then truly patchouli. But those two are going to have to wait because I don't have any more room to put anything into the refrigerator. All right, let's get this right down into the mold. Yes, it's gray now, but because of that fragrance oil, it's going to turn a really, really dark brown. These type of scents sell very, very well for me. The musky, earthy, woodsy, you know, deep musk smells. They sell very, very well in this and also in my body butters. I do have a cocoa butter cashmere body butter as well as a beach bum. That's what I name it, the Bum Bum. I call it beach bum. So those two I have in body butters. And then I think I've got like two that are citrus and fruity. Just trying to get as much of this as I can get out of here. All right, what a mess. All right, we'll clean up in a second. All right, let's get this down. Well, let's first give it a little bit of a, as it's starting to get thicker too. Let's loosen that up a little bit so at least it's pourable. Again, no scent in this portion. All right, up as high as we can go. All right, let me give a smack down. All right, let's get our skewer and do a little swirly-dirly. Try to clean up these edges quick. All right, let's go ahead and just do a little bit of a swirly gig right in the middle here. Okay, now that we've got it cleaned up a little bit, let's get some alcohol on the top here. go get it in the refrigerator. Okay, you guys know the drill by now. Come back in a few seconds. It's going to be tomorrow for me.
The next day.
Okay, it is the next day. I have taken our soaps out of the refrigerator. This is the first one that we made yesterday. This is the Beach Bum, scented with the Bum Bum. And as you can see, this is turning really, really dark already. It's going to get way, way darker than this. Way darker. These are all still really cold, so I'm hoping I'm not going to have a problem trying to cut through here. Let's give it a go. I like the blue on the top, very nice. If it stays that way, I'm sure some of that is going to turn brown too, because it does get mixed in. Twang. All right, let's take, like I said, everything is still really cold. Hey, nice. Loving that it went all the way down to the bottom. That's great. Let's do one here. Cool. That looks nice. I'm happy with that. Way happier with this than I am with the other batch that I made. I'm happy that that drop swirl went all the way down to the bottom there. If it stays blue, I will be a happy camper. That's good. All right, let's get the rest of these out of the way. Give me a moment. Okay, the next one that we did yesterday was the warm vanilla sugar. And that was the triple vertical layer. What a mess. I was saying to Mr. Soap Chef last night, yeah, I'm complaining about what a mess it is and what a hassle it is and how I can't stand making this. Who designed this one? Yeah, that would be me. Just made life extremely hard on myself. All right, let's see how this guy made out. Perfect. Love those vertical layers. Love that. I mean, I do. I love the way that it looks. It's just, my gosh, you guys saw. And so I can see that that white is going to turn brown as well. It's not going to stay white. But it'll be at least a lighter brown than the rest of the sides. So I'm happy with that. Looks good. All right, one more to go. Give me a moment. Okay, and the last one that we have to do is the cocoa butter cashmere. That was the last one we did yesterday. All right, let's give her a cut. Okay. Nice. If it stays that way, I'll be happy. It's not going to, but one can hope. That's a very nice one. That's a good one. That's a good swirl. Very nice. Very happy with all of them. They came out really, really nice. I still have 2 more to do today. Got a bunch of coconut milk ones to do today as well. Anyways, that's going to do it for today's video, you guys. Hope you guys are all okay and you're withstanding the winter. It's been frigid AF here in Pennsylvania. I'm done. I'm so tired of it. However, every time I walk outside and like my teeth are clanking, I remember the heat wave that we were in this past summer, and then I shut my mouth. Okay.
We're going to go now. Take care, you guys. Be kind and stay humble, okay? See you soon.